Eintlek, let's connect. We are on SABC2, living every beat. Nete ke gore, ge o re bophelo bja gago o ka bo fetola a go diragale ka mokgwa. Not in real life and in theory and on Instagram. What? Sounds like it's very motivational. So, what actually happens inside you when you decide, I am going to do things better? Joining us in studio for a conversation is Phozisa Xwazi, a registered counselor who has guided hundreds of individuals through the specific steps of trauma recovery and personal accountability. When someone says, "Yena unyaka go fetoga," they're ready to change. Ufuna upenduka. How do you distinguish between someone who is just inspired and someone who actually wants to make a change? Phozisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sis Penny.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. So, everyone says they want to change, right? And then we know that change is very difficult. But how do we distinguish when someone is actually doing the thing and when someone is just, going through the motions?
That's quite a good question, because in most times you'd find that somebody comes into my office, and in coming into the office, they would say that so-and-so referred me. So I would ask the question around, so what do you see for yourself, in terms of starting this journey? But there would be more around that I'm here because a friend came here. So what inspires change is more on doing the work, learning the habits, being part of the process, and being willing to take on the necessary steps, which would be the tools that we give within our sessions, like visualization, especially within the first session, just to get an idea of where do you see yourself once we have walked the counseling journey. Okay,
so do you need to a picture of like what you want to see, or is it a thing by as we go along?
It's not necessarily everyone that comes in that says that these are the goals that I have for myself. But in most times we do get clients that say, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I'm working towards. And even those that come in with not having those certain goals, I walk them through it, because counseling is a journey. And within that journey, I am there to hold space for you and for us to get to the desired change, however it looks like.
Okay. So, xa sithi umuntu ufuna uphenduka, ufuna change, what is the first step afanele aqale ngayo?
The first thing that we need to start with is mostly, why am I here? Why do I need the change now? And when we start there, this is bringing about the self-awareness to start understanding, why do I feel the need to change and take those necessary steps? And when we are able to discover that, it makes it much easier to come up with an intervention that is able to assist you in that journey. Because remember, with change, it's not the same thing as feeling inspired. Because when I feel inspired, it's more on an emotional level. I saw such a person doing 1, 2, 3 and not putting in mind that there is a lot of hard work that goes into it, and when we are in that journey, it becomes quite important to understand that this is for you. This is not for the next person. So that's the only time that change can start happening, through change of mindset.
Kaningi xa abantu bacimba about change, kuba le confusion they judge themselves that some, the association between change and shame.
And when it comes to that, is that a lot of individuals are very self-critical. And being self-critical is basically saying that we are speaking unkindly to ourselves. That inner dialogue that each and every single person has. It would be very unhealthy. And when we are in that space, the shame that comes with it, that I am not good enough, for example, I don't deserve forgiveness, I don't deserve to be in certain spaces. Whereas when it comes to change, which requires accountability, this is saying that I have made the mistake and I know that I cannot change it right now, but what needs to happen is that, what is it that I can do to start changing, and achieving, the kind of life that I want for myself. Okay. So it's more also on the accountability part and saying that I am here now, but I can do something about it.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, you're coming to you for counseling, but at the same time, you need to be comfortable within yourself. You need to create a safe space for wena. Follow through kule change ufuna uyibona empilweni yakho. If ungathi you summarize the entire process of if xa ngifuna change, what are the things enfanele ndizenze and what must I follow and how do I keep up with it? Ungathi umuntu ayenze njani?
Well, the first one, mostly a radical acceptance. So this is saying that I have, you know, gotten myself to this point, and within this point of my life, there are mistakes that I made, and now I want to change. That is being honest with yourself, you know, and within that honesty, it inspires one, you know, to start being able to be open to the counseling process. Because when you are in the counseling process, you will be confronted with yourself, you know, and which makes one to start being aware of things that they were not ready for. So for the whole process to be, you know, fulfilled, it requires one to start from a point of saying that I am ready to start. And I am ready, you know, with your help as my counselor or as my therapist, you know, or psychologist. Please walk me throughout this journey, which now starts creating that safe space of knowing that I'm not walking the journey alone, but there is someone who is, you know, who has my, you know, my hand, and who is also an accountability partner, which is the most important thing. You know, whether this accountability partner could be a friend at home, you know, after we've had your sessions, and you get back to say that, you know what, Phozi made me aware of 1, 2, 3. I want you to, you know, also just hold me accountable, because the counseling does not only end, you know, within our sessions, but as you walk out there, you start now living, you know, start implementing the changes, you know, the habits that you need to start changing only start once you are out of that session.
Well, change does come with accountability. Phozi, thank you so much for the ixesha lakho uthi ube nathi apha ku Eintlek. Let's connect today. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Nitse ke gore wena ge o ka ba ipotsa gore o nyaka go fetola monagano wa gago ke maikemišetšo a gago gore wena o tšee sephetho seo o tšwe ka gare ga tlhakatlhakano e ka bang gona ka gare ga bophelo bja gago. Mohlomongwe o lwa le dintwa tšeo di diragetšego ka gare ga bophelo bja gago, mohlomongwe o nyaka thušo e o ka dirago gore wena o dire dilo tšeo o di ratago. A re leboge Phozi go ba le rena sebakeng sa bjale go fitlhela nako e tlang re ya papatšong ge re boa re leka go fodiša matswalo ka mmino wa sedumedi.